my goodness. Hello, hello, hello. Such a thrill to be here. My name is Ana Maria Rodriguez Homolka Pato Travieso. Who knew? I am a teaching artist and an actress for Literature to Life, and I also had the incredible privilege of adapting this novel to stage and also directing it. So, what Literature to Life does is we take books, classics, and then we adapt them to shows, to solo shows, and then we perform them around the country, sometimes even globally, as one-person shows. So, has anyone here seen a solo show? One-person show? Oh, you in for a treat. So, question for you. Why would we do a show without huge props or staging or set design or all these fancy things where you just have a chair and somebody telling a story? What might that actually spark? What did... Focus on the narrator. And what is the narrator doing? Telling a story. So what leads here? The story, not the fancy, all the other stuff. The other reason why we do that is because it's incredibly portable. We can take our shows. I have actually performed in the supply closet of a school to 3 beautiful little Mexican girls who were raptly paying attention. So the point of all of this is that we want to make literature accessible to a population that normally does not have access and maybe will never be able to go to the theater. So we bring the books to them, and in turn, that actually inspires them to go and read the book. I also had the privilege of, and Sandra Cisneros is here, so I was like, oh my God, can I say hello to her? I performed The House on Mango Street for 10 years. So, yes, it was a thrill. It was a thrill. So, I am not your perfect Mexican daughter. Whew. Say that fast 3 times. Who here has heard of the book? Wow, did not expect that. That's awesome. That's great. Read the book? Amazing. Wonderful. So this particular book we are doing in partnership with an organization called Freedom Reads. Now, Freedom Reads is an organization that is installing libraries in our correctional facilities all around the country. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. So this particular title is in collaboration with them, and they have, I think to date, about 345 libraries. And counting. So anyways, so what you're gonna see today is an excerpt. This is really early on in our rehearsal process, like weeks, like, you know, there's still placenta. So, and it's a 25-minute passage of what will be a full 60-minute passage. So we are boldly, bravely, and wanting to share it with you. And I think that, what else my cheat sheet says? That's it. Oh, yes. And one question when you're watching the performance, I want you to think about what it might be, or perhaps you've experienced this already, what it would be to live in the shadow of someone or something. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a cultural expectation. You know, for me, I'm Cuban. I was expected to be a mother. I forgot to have children, so I failed. But, you know, a shadow can be a person, dead or alive, but it can also be expectations of our culture. So just keep that in your back pocket when you're watching this. So, all right, without any further ado, I present to you I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter with my Literature to Life. Take care.
What surprises me most about seeing my sister dead is the lingering smirk on her face. Her pale lips are turned up ever so slightly, and someone has filled in her patchy eyebrows with a black pencil. The top half of her face is angry, like she's ready to stab someone, and the bottom is almost smug. This is not the Olga I know. I want her to wear the pretty purple dress that doesn't hide her body, but Ama chooses the bright yellow one with pink flowers. It makes her look 4 or 80 years old. The bruises and gashes on her cheeks are masked with thick coats of cheap foundation. Her face is haggard, even though she was only 22. God. Where'd they find this mortician? The flea market? God. Olga was a grown-ass woman, and all she did was go to work and stay at home with our parents and take 1 class a semester at the local community college. And watch horrible romantic comedies about adorable, clumsy blonde women who fall in love with architects in the streets of New York City. Olga cooked, cleaned, never stayed out late. And I wondered if she'd stay with our parents forever, like that saptita from Like Water for Chocolate. What kind of a life is that? Don't you want more? Don't you want to go out and grab the world by the balls? God, ever since I could pick up a pen, I wanted to be a famous writer. I want to be so good that people stop me in the street. Oh my God. Are you Julia Reyes, the greatest writer to ever grace this earth? All I know is that I'm gonna pack my bags when I graduate. And peace out, motherfuckers! Mika! Ama wails and practically climbs into the casket. And Appa sits in the back of the room all day, silent as a stone, staring off into nothing. His mustache quivers, but his eyes stay dry and clear as glass. Olga is with Jesus now, Tia Cuca tells Ama. She can finally be in peace. Look for me under your boot soles, Walt Whitman said about death. Olga's body will turn to dirt and grow into trees, and someone in the future will step on her fallen leaves. Ama doesn't get out of bed for almost 2 weeks, only to drink water and use the bathroom and eat those Mexican cookies that taste like styrofoam. And she wears the same frumpy nightgown and hasn't showered this entire time. And Appa works at a candy factory all day and then comes home and sits on the couch with a bottle of beer. And we have roaches, and the dishes are piled high, and there are crumbs all over the table. And I am so hungry. I boil old potatoes and eat them with salt and pepper, but I daydream about dancing hamburgers. A slice of pizza makes me weep. Ama. Ama. I peek inside my parents' bedroom. The sour smell almost knocks me over. Ama, I flick on the light. ¿Qué? Ay, what do you want? Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Please just leave me alone. I want to rest. You haven't eaten or showered this entire time. How would you know? Are you here watching me every hour of the day? How can you live like this? Funny how my slob of a daughter is suddenly so concerned with cleanliness. Since when have you ever cared about that? Olga was the clean one. Olga is gone. All you have is me now, sorry. I want Ama to tell me that she loves me and that we'll get through this together. And I stand there waiting and waiting. I dig through her purse and I pull out a $5 bill. And I go to the taco place and I guzzle a bucket-sized horchata until I feel sick. And when I come back home, Ama is freshly showered and smells like fake roses. You're going to have a quinceañera. Wait, what? A party! Don't you want a nice party? I'm already 15. I never got to give Olga a quinceañera. So you're just using me to make yourself feel better? Ay, Julia, what's wrong with you? What kind of a girl doesn't want to celebrate her 15th birthday? But I'm already 15. That's too bad. Olga would have wanted you to help me with school instead. You don't know anything about what Olga would have wanted. I'm already 15. I already called the priest. Where are you gonna get the money? Don't worry about it. It's not your problem. This fucking sucks! Watch your mouth, or I'll slap you so hard I'll break your teeth. When I can't sleep, I crawl into Olga's bed, even though Ama tells me to never, ever go inside her room. Ama keeps it exactly the way Olga left it. Olga's bed still smells like her. Lavender lotion and fabric softener and her sweet human scent. Olga smells like a meadow. There's a picture on her dresser of us in Mexico. And we're smiling and squinting in the sun. And Olga has her arm wrapped around my neck so tight as if choking me. I remember that day so clearly. We swim in the river for hours and eat Hawaiian hamburgers right from the cart. I wonder who my sister was. Is. Dusk. Flesh. Vespers. Serendipitous. Write down your favorite word. Mr. Ingman, my English teacher, says. I have loved words ever since I learned how to read, but how do you pick just one? Dazzle. Wisteria. Kaleidoscope. Sputter. So, what was yours, Julia? He always says my name exactly the way I pronounce it. The Spanish way. Well, I had lots of words, but in the end, I picked wisteria. What do you like about that word? It's a flower, and it just sounds beautiful. Also, it rhymes with hysteria, and this might sound weird, but when I say it, I like the way it feels in my mouth. All the boys start laughing. Okay, calm down, guys, calm down. Let's show Julia some respect. If you can't do that, I'll ask you to leave. Now, in this class, I want you to learn to appreciate. No, I want you to love language. Now, what does that mean? It means that you will learn to speak and write in a way that gives you authority. Now, does that mean you can't say on fleek or whatever it is you kids are saying these days? Absolutely not. But would it be helpful to speak that way in a job interview? I want you to leave this class with the tools to compete with the kids in the suburbs because you're just as capable, just as smart. Get up, huevona. You don't have the right to be tired. You don't work cleaning houses all day like I do. It's a weird thing to call a girl huevona if you really think about it, okay? Huevos means eggs. So it means that your eggs, your balls, are so big that they drag you down and make you lazy. Telling a girl her balls are too heavy is bizarre, but I never point this out to her because I know it'll piss her off. When I come into the kitchen, Ama's already covered all the tables and counters with rolled out tortillas, and she's bent over the table, rolling out a little ball of dough into a perfect circle. Put on an apron and start heating these up. How do I know when they're done? You just know. I don't know what that means. And what kind of a girl doesn't know when a tortilla is done? Me, I don't. Please just tell me. You'll figure it out, it's common sense. I study the tortillas as they heat up on the comal and try to flip them before they burn. I turn the first one. I've left it too long. That one is almost burnt. And that one's too pale, you need to leave it on longer. But when I do, it gets too crisp. I burned the third one completely. Just roll them out instead while I heat them up. I take her rolling pin, and I try to roll the balls of dough into perfect circles. That one looks like a chancla. Ama says, looking at my worst one, it's not perfect, but it doesn't look like a sandal. Jesus. I don't want to fight with her because I heard her crying in their bedroom last night. They have to be perfect. Why? We're just going to eat them. If you're going to do something, you have to do it right, or you shouldn't do it at all. Olga's were always so nice and round. I don't care about Olga's tortillas. I don't care about any of this. I don't understand why we have to go through all this trouble when we could just buy them at the store. Get back here. What kind of woman are you going to be if you can't even make a tortilla? Lorena dyes and highlights her hair until it's a mixture of yellow and orange and red. And when she puts her hair up in a ponytail, she looks like a torch. And God, she looks better with darker hair, but I mean, she doesn't listen to me. She says, "You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And why should I listen to you when you dress like a homeless lesbian?" Ama thinks she's wild and slutty like her mother. That old lady that runs around like a quinceañera. No shame. With her high heels and her skin-tight black dress and way too much makeup. Lorena is ghetto loud and acts ignorant as hell sometimes, but she is my best friend. And when I tell her that my tias all blame me for what happened and that I want to punch all the windows out with my bare fists, she says, "Fuck those nosy viejas," waves her hand and shoots them eye daggers. Tío Bigotes, yes, Uncle Mustache. This house smells of old fruit and wet dog, even though John Peters has been dead for like 3 years. Los Bookies blast on the stereo, while kids run in and out of the house. I kiss everyone, and then go to the living room to read The Catcher in the Rye, which I had to smuggle in because Ama always complains when I read at parties. Why do you have to be so disrespectful? Why can't you just be at peace with your family? I get to the part where Holden drops and shatters his sister's records when my dad and uncles all pile in and bust out the expensive tequila. Ay, how I miss my little town, Chingao. Tío Octavio. Oh, you remember when we used to skip school and go swimming in the river? Tío Cayetano says as he pours, "I wish I never would have left." Appa says, "Ay, come here." Tío Bigotes pulls me towards him and wraps his arm around my neck. And his breath smells like tequila and cigarettes and something deeper. Appa looks into his drink. "What are you doing here in the living room all by yourself?" "I'm trying to finish my book." "What do you want books for at a party? Go outside and talk to your cousins." "I like to read." "For what?" "I want to be a writer. I want to write books." "Are you excited about your quinceañera?" Your parents are making a big sacrifice for you." "A sacrifice I don't want." You know, in this life, you won't make it without your family. Now that you're almost grown up, it's time you learn to be a nice señorita, just like your sister was. May she rest in peace. Ama comes in, her lips pursed like she's bitten into a sour onion. "You're all a bunch of sorry drunks." "Hi, look at this one." With a cactus on her forehead, and she can barely speak Spanish. "This country is ruining your children, sister." Everyone is silent, and Appa looks in his drink. I place my hand on my forehead and imagine a spindly cactus there, and my face bloody, like Jesus. I will pay $0 of the suggested donation, I tell the lady at the Art Institute of Chicago. "Don't we all have a right to art?" She eyeballs me and hands me my ticket. I walk over to Artemisia Gentileschi's Judith slaying Holofernes. My painting teacher, Miss Schwartz, told us something bad happened to her, but wouldn't tell us what. And it turns out that her painting teacher raped her when she was 17. Scumbag. All the Renaissance and Baroque paintings we study in class are all of baby Jesus. So when I see Artemisia Gentileschi's painting of biblical women killing all those horrible men, my heart trembles. God, every time I see it, I notice something new. what I love most is that Judith and her maid are slicing this man's head off. But they don't look scared. Totally casual, as if they're washing dishes. God, when I see a beautiful painting, I feel happy and scared and excited and sad all at once. It's like when I read an Emily Dickinson poem. I throw my book across the room. It's so good. It makes me angry.
Wow, a round of applause again for Elizabeth Raquel. Right on. Wonderful. Thank you. She'll come up in momentarily. You can come up right now. Absolutely.
I'll come up now.
Share this stage. Wonderful. Yes. Soak it in.
I will.
We have been working round the clock, and this is just a section, a little bit of the book. So it's going to be a really cool journey ahead. So anyways, first I would love to get some thoughts how things landed. What, for those of you who read the book, what did it feel like to see it in character, embodied, 3D, loud, and what did that feel like for you?
Oh.
You mean what? The fate of the sister? Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, well, I won't spoiler alert.
Yeah. Don't wanna
Because
spoil.
if you and anyone else, if that question inspires you to go read the book, great. Great. Fully support it. So yes, back there. Can you come up to the mic because we're recording and we want to hear the amazing question, no pressure, that you're about to ask?
It's more like two comments. One is glad to hear there are a lot of women, see a lot of women in the room because again, as I think about my own role as a Latino male, I think about the double standards where growing up, I was always a bookish, nerdy kid, but I could comfortably take a book with me and go off to the distance, not engage. But as a young Latina, you have to maintain a social grace. You have to greet everyone, say hello to everyone in the room, always be present, always be smiling. And that's absolutely a double standard. My other comment was about women in conversation with other women. You mentioned the Italian portraitist and painter Artemisia. I think it's fascinating that as a young Latina, this character is in conversation with other women who have brushed against the grain, and just reminds us how important it is to find books that allow us to engage with other voices across the time span. So thank you.
Thank you. Wait. That was great. No, what's your name again?
Francisco.
Francisco, first of all, thank you so much for recognizing the standards that, there's always two sets of rules, in the house, one for the boys and one for the girls. So thank you for recognizing that. And this point that you bring up about in conversation and how we seek out our tribe, right? Our tribe. Do you have an example from your life? What is your tribe, someone that you sought out?
So as a queer Latino myself, I engage a lot with, I'll mention two, Chavela Vargas, who was a Costa Rican nationalized Mexican who said that Mexicans can be born anywhere they want. That's the PG version of that quote. And then also Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz, first published woman in Latin America. She was a religious person who well, she pursued religious life because as a woman, she was going to be married off and would have not been allowed to pursue a life of the intellect. And so she pursued a religious life to be able to continue reading and maintaining this intellectual life. And a lot of scholars would say that she may have been queer as well.
Thank you so
you
much
so
for
much.
that. Thank you.
Thank
What a
you.
great point.
All right. We got the 15.
Thank you, Iris.
Yes,
that
thank you,
was
Iris.
really gentle 15
Yes.
minutes. Wow. Anyone else? Comments? Yes, please
Oh, yes,
come.
up to the mic.
Come to the podium.
Yeah.
What he said was very deep and very engaging. Mine is not that deep.
Don't undersell
My
yourself.
favorite word is hysteria as well, so that was a pretty good
Yeah?
answer. Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the best comment. I'm going to make T-shirts of hysteria. Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Tell us your name first.
My name is Luca.
Luca, so good to meet you.
I thought that the difference between telling the story as like the narrator and saying like, oh, I walked this way, oh, I felt this way, and seeing all the different thoughts and emotions that come like pinballs crazily, rather than a play where you have to sort of look at their expressions and guess. It was more of you're trying to piece together the pieces rather than like look through the fog and figure out what's going on in their mind. So it was a much different sort of experience as an audience, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. A question, was there anything that was new to you in watching this that was different than the experience of the book? Something that you discovered or like,
I thought it was very interesting how there's like the book, which you're reading the words and you're reading her talking about how much she loves the words, versus speaking the words and rather than seeing like wisteria, dazzle on the page, you can like hear the different ways that she says it. And I think that was a really good detail.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, because there is that like how language feels in our mouths.
Yeah.
And yeah, so thank
Or
you.
like
Lenny.
the different pronunciations of
Right.
words, how the main character's sort of accent is less pronounced, or like specific words like tortilla.
Oh, yeah.
She says like more with a Spanish
Yeah.
accent.
Tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Good
Tortillas
job.
are loaded.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Would anyone else?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
My name's Alexa.
Hi, Alexa.
Hi, Alexa.
I have two
Alexa,
questions.
turn off the music.
Oh,
I'm sure you get.
Yeah, no, that's
Plenty
a good
of-
one. Thank you.
Sorry. That was
Yes.
so bad. You probably want to punch me in the face. I don't blame
It's
you.
okay.
I'll be standing over there after the show, so you can do it.
It's all
Go
right.
ahead.
Well, my first question is, do you ever perform this in Spanish? I know it's originally written in English, but
We haven't performed it. Well, this is our first performance.
Yeah, this is the first one.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you guys so much, because you're amazing. I'm so honored to be here. Okay, yes. So yeah.
We have not performed it. There is actually a Spanish version, a translation of the book, and I'm Cuban American, and so I love infusing Spanish. There are certain words that are just much more powerful
Yeah.
in their native language, in their mother tongue. So we're playing around, but it's going to be predominantly in English.
Yeah.
Would you like to see it in Spanish?
well, I read this to my students in Spanish with my fluent speakers. I'm a Spanish teacher.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they loved this book when we did it. So yeah.
So are your students Spanish speaking?
Yeah, they're fluent speakers. In
Fluent
Spanish,
speakers?
yeah.
Do they also speak English?
Most of them. Yeah,
That's
most of them.
amazing. What grade? What age?
High school.
Amazing. Wow, that's so wonderful to hear that you are teaching this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That leads me to my second question. Will this be available online later? Because I want to show this to them.
This?
Yeah, with
Yes,
this performance.
Absolutely. This
Yes.
this
It's
will
being
be
recorded.
Awesome.
Everyone say hi.
We are on
yeah,
the-
it will be available.
We're on the permanent archive of the Library of Congress. Hi, Mommy. So yes, it will be.
Yes.
It will be. I don't know what the timeline is and
Or
when
where.
it's going to be available.
But we'll
but
post it on our
absolutely.
website.
We also have, shameless plug, we also have been here, this is our third year here, so we have last year's, we did The Great Gatsby, and before that we did Oscar Wilde, The Giver, and Oscar Wilde, Black Boy, and the... And if Beale Street could talk, James Baldwin's, yeah. So
Okay.
we do quite a few titles. We have been over the years. If Beale Street could talk is one of them. But yes, to answer your question, yes. And thank you
you so
for the
much.
work that you do.
Yes.
Right on.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we've got 10 minutes.
Iris, you're so smooth. Come on.
Okay.
10
Over
minutes
here?
we've got.
Should we go here,
Says Iris.
here?
Yes. Oh wait, we'll take turns. Yep. Yep.
Yes. Bouncing, yeah.
No, I love, so I read the book, it's been a minute, but a big fan of Erica Sanchez. I'm also from Chicago, so I always rep my city. And two things that stood out, I love like the feeling of like a Greek tragedy and like how your interpretation of it, like both the monologue and reenacting, like it was just really interesting to kind of like think of new works and adapt like one person shows or like how to do that. So that was really fascinating for me. And the second was I remember reading and the character always felt really sad and angry, but like more sad. And like seeing the angry part, I was like, oh yeah, I think I kind of missed that as a reader, and I like saw it more brought to life on stage. So I was like, oh yeah. And I'm curious to learn more about you as an actor and how you got ready for this role and steps that you took.
Yeah, well, it's certainly deep work, and I've been working with Ana Maria, and we've been doing, since it's a one-person show, we do these things called character interviews. So not only am I embodying the life of Julia, but I am creating these fully fledged humans. You know, you kind of write them off like, oh, Ama, she's, oh, and Apa, oh, he just, but we found so much life within them within these interviews. We did Ama, Apa, Lorena, which you only got a little taste of her here. But it's just been the most grueling but also rewarding process, finding her anger and her excitement and her love and her passion, and she's a fighter.
Yeah.
Julia is a fighter, so through all of it you find her fight. She's never defeated. I came in kind of, and Ana Maria was like, no.
Yeah.
She is a fighter. So it's been an amazing process. So thank you for asking about that.
Yeah, that was a great comment. And also underneath the anger, I mean, what is really always underneath the anger? It's incredible, like some sadness in there. Like we just don't know what to do, so we get angry because angry feels powerful.
Right.
So we're working through those layers during the rehearsal
Right.
process too, because she's also grieving her sister, and she doesn't have anyone to help her grieve.
Yeah.
So she's kind of lost. So wonderful observation.
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Oh, and then tension of like even the props, like her journal and like the book, right? Like it's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
Hi, thank you for doing this. First of all, it makes these books so much more accessible. I saw the James Baldwin and the Junot Diaz 2 years ago. My question is, and I had this question then that I had no one to ask, how do you decide what to perform, like what pieces of the book to perform? And you have 5 minutes to answer that, I'm so sorry.
Oh, God. We kill a lot of darlings. You know, what we do is we have to choose what is a complete, first, what is the journey here? What is the story that needs to be told? And we started with a 2-hour long script, and then little by little shaving. And, you know, the point, what we try to get is to the essence of her journey. And what are the crucial relationships in that journey? And it's Ama, it's Apa, and it's Olga, the deceased. The sister who's not there, but is there very much so.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not always easy, but if I mean, a good thing to think about is if it interrupts in the rhythm and the action and the moving forward and the urgency, then it's got to go. Or you say, maybe we'll just put you aside for now, but you know, don't get offended. But it's a process. I mean, Elise is our co-artistic director, and she's been doing adaptation for years, so including The House on Mango Street. Like, what would you say is the single most important thing when we are adapting? She also did the adaptation for Oscar Wilde, which was like epic.
Yeah.
Truth. So truth, this, following that, yeah. Great question,
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Hi, I thought you were wonderful, by the way.
Thank you.
I had a comment and a question. My comment was that watching this for me was a little bit bizarre as a second-generation Latino who grew up very cut off from my culture, because the main character does seem, a little bit resistant to embracing the culture the way her family wants her to.
Right.
And as somebody who grew up desperate for that cultural connection, it was a little bit bizarre to watch. But then something that kind of hit me really hard is that the common thread between my experience and your characters is that we all need to find out what our personal connection to the culture is and what the culture means to us. And I just wanted to thank you for that, because that was a really beautiful realization for me to have.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so happy for you. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
And my question is, do you guys see this becoming like a full stage adaptation at any point in the future?
It will be a 60-minute adaptation solo show, and we will be, once, like I said, we're early on in the process. We have about half of it there, but absolutely, yes. Obviously, we can't put the whole book in, but it will be a complete, and then we will tour it around. We'll maybe be back here as well, and I hope that you can see that. So yeah, in answer to your question. But you said something that was really interesting that sort of circles back to my first comment, which is, how do we, it's a great question, how do we honor our ancestry, our heritage, and also forge our own truth in our own path? How do we do that? I was raised in Miami, Cuban parents, and my father forbade us to speak anything but Spanish, and it would in the house, and it would piss me off. Now, thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
But back then, it was like I felt like they were dragging me into their roots, into their story. But I speak Spanish today, so that's a great question. How do we honor our ancestry and be genuine with our path?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. It's a great question. I have no answer.
Well, thank you both for your wonderful work, and I'm so excited to see the full production.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
We have 2 minutes. That's a long time in film. Yes.
Hi. When you first said, what do you think is the value of having a one-person show based on a book, and I actually haven't read the book yet, but I definitely will. My first thought was like, oh, okay, it's like having a real live audio book, presented to you. But now I see that it's like so much more than that, and I really think that this. You mentioned that this maybe is easier to take around and take theater to places and make it accessible to more people. But I also think that as an art form, this should be an art form in its own right, and it might make participating in theater more accessible to more people. And I think that would be marvelous. And I just wanted to note that where you ended this excerpt was really amazing, to get all those emotions via the Emily Dickinson poem and how it impacted the character. I felt like it just gave us a capsule of the character in that one amazing expression. So I also wanted to say, I don't know if this was intended, but I feel like this has brought together so many themes of all the other panels I attended today. So there's no way you could have known that, but it's true.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. What a great place to wrap it up. There's literally a card that said "wrap it up." Thank you, Iris. You're such a gentle wrap it upper.
I know.
Thank you, and thank you for that. Yes,
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
this is. I mean, we've been doing this for about close to 20, maybe a little over 20 years now. This, bringing solo shows, taking a book, adapting it to a solo show, and performing it one person, storytelling, oral storytelling. Remember, we used to hang around the fire. That's what we did. We're very tribal, so that's what we're doing. We're bringing it back, and we would love your support. How you can help this is, follow us on social media. I got it in, Lisa. Yeah. I got it in. Instagram @lit2life. We also have a Facebook page, Literature to Life. And please, please, please spread the word. It makes such a difference to make this accessible to those populations and students that don't have accessibility to this kind of material or this kind of experience. So please, please, please share it, spread it, and bring us back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yes.